perhaps make an upset.
Yeah, I think that Ness is a really good pick against Rob. He's great at comboing big bodies. Got a quick button check going on.
Yeah, and actually the interesting thing about this is that typically, because it appears they're gentleman'sing to Smashville, Ness gets a lot of mileage off of Smashville. If the platform is in the right spot, they can fair combo the big body of Rob all the way off the stage with relatively no effort. So, I mean, I don't know if 8bitman's just confident enough in the matchup to not have to worry about it, but Ness typically gets a lot out of Smashville.
Yeah, one of the most threatening characters on that side platform when it extends all the way out. And you never know what can happen with a character like that on the stage, right? You can die at 0% to a rage forward throw when it's all the way out. You can die extra early to back throw. You can get fair stringed all the way out. So I feel like a lot of people tend to shy away from playing Smashville against Ness, but I think that kind of speaks to the confidence 8bitman has going into the set. He's like, man, I am very good at this game. I'm not too worried about it. Let's just go to Smashville.
That's one thing that's kind of funny, I think, about a lot of like top players is that they're so used to playing at a high level that they just kind of, I don't want to say forget, but they have to be reminded, like, oh yeah, I'm really good at this game, so it doesn't really matter where I go because I'm going to be able to handle it. Like a lot of like mid-level players that are trying to break through do a lot of like, okay, I got to know what stages are the best in what situation, whereas the best guys are just like, I'll beat you anywhere, I don't care.
Right. I love to see when people actually kind of squash that, not necessarily ego, but that forgetfulness or that oversight from other players.
That's something I think Mr. R has been doing, is that he just has that confidence and swagger now, and that's why he's been so successful. He's like, yeah, I'm good, and I know it, and I don't have to worry about anything that you do because I'm going to be good. Here's that fair string we were talking about. Oh, but the platform moves just out of the way. Otherwise, that could have been bad news for 8bitman.
Farewell, showcasing why this matchup is actually pretty tough for Rob. Being that I don't necessarily play either of these characters myself, I don't know what the official consensus on the matchup ratio is.
Yeah, guys, if you have a consensus on that, hit us up at JuiceDoom, at Nightwing2024. Let us know what our Ness and Rob mains think about this matchup.
So far, Farewell doing a great job of keeping 8bitman up in the air, but now he's got his gyro in hand. He's all set up. He's got stage control. Oh, Jesus.
He did it to him. He did it to him, Max.
I was going to say, that's pretty much not where you want to find yourself as Ness. I think he just kind of slipped off the edge of the stage. He had full control there. There was really no reason for him to go off. That's just been a slight technical error.
Oh, man. And that was actually like...
There we go.
That was a pretty, like, max range through the stage. Like, that big booty, you know, just pushes it right through and put him down into the depths.
Yeah, hitting him with basically the full extension of the burner. And now 8bitman with a huge lead here, saying, hey, man, you might have started off good, but you're not going to finish.
Oh, my gosh, 8bitman. Like, we saw that back in, like, 2015, where, like, Mr. Eric was doing some crazy gyro combos, but they were all ledge setups. That one was just like, hey, I'm in midair, I'm going to pop you with it, and then, oh, you're going to fly here, going to land, read your air dodge, and then up smash you. That was next level.
That was one of the sickest kill confirms I've ever seen with Rob, and of course it's going to be coming out of a player like 8bitman, who I'd pretty much say is comfortably the best Rob in the business, right?
I think so. I
don't know who else is even playing this character at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you know, back 2 years ago, Mr. Eric and 8bitman might have traded.
You just said it.
Yeah, but they might have traded, but with the moves that Mr. Eric has done and you know, his job prospects, he's lessened, and 8bitman has just taken firm control of Best Rob, and we saw why.
We're going back to Smashville. Kind of bold of 8bitman not to ban it, but I mean, maybe he's on that ban Lilat train. I can't blame him. Like, I autopilot ban the stage in every set I play, so maybe 8bitman does the same. Either way, we've got a much better start for this man coming out.
If his finish is if his start is as good as his finish last game, it's going to be short for Failwhale.
Yeah, Failwhale looked so good in the opening of Game 1, but of course, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Just because you get 90% off the bat and it looks sick doesn't mean you're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, those combos are, we call them bread and butter for a reason. It's because they're the simplest things to do. So even if you get caught with one of those, you can just sort of like reel it back, like, all right, that's natural. I'm used to that. I don't have to really worry about it.
Right, it's par for the course. You know what to expect. But, ooh, man, he almost... there were two almost crazy moments there, right? It was almost the bold punish from 8bitman saying, I don't care, I'm going to challenge this. And there's almost the disastrous scenario of Ness actually hitting himself with PK Thunder and getting a KO.
So yeah, that was very close, a nail-biting situation. But 8bitman, a little bit out of beat boop range.
Yeah, it's barely a guaranteed combo, especially on characters like Ness who are floaty and...
Whoa! What attack!
Okay, making 8bitman second guess his timing
We saw 8bitman do a great life-saving tech, and now we saw Ness do a great life-saving tech. So good tech steal from these guys, knowing how to press that R button.
That was a brilliant PK Thunder there from Fable, knowing that he could just drive it into the ground and fall to the edge on his own, and it also shook 8bitman off his back.
Oh, great down tilt. I was actually expecting a forward smash after the down tilt, but he elected to try and cheese him out.
The techs have been on point from both of these guys in this set.
The spacing here from Fable is much improved from game one, too. He's using like his PSI talent and spacing tools to the best ability. You're doing max range fairs, max range everything.
Fable getting his first stock of the set here, though. And now, Ness is one of those characters who, once you take the first stock, you can auto-combo them to like 40–50% if you get the right read.
And I like that aggressive option coming back to the stage instead of trying to retreat to the ledge, because 8bitman was looking for yet another spike.
And Fable actually, again, going for that defensive PK Thunder when he's above the edge. I don't think I've seen another Ness player do that quite so often.
See, this is the Fable I was expecting all of game one. Like, he is really, really playing well right now against 8bitman. Again, his spacing is very good. His recovery is aggressive and not letting Rob set up stuff on him. Yeah.
And if you want to see aggressive, look no further than the bottom left corner of your screen where 8bitman has this classic murder face on. This guy looks like he literally wants to rip your throat out when he plays you.
And he's also the kind of player, too, where like he doesn't let people crawl back in. Like, when he has an advantage, he puts the boot on the throat.
Okay, we've got him backed into the corner. He just fights his way out with a forward air, but nice trade there from Fable saying, I'm not scared. I'm going to mash this neutral air. It's one of my best combo breakers.
That was like a Fox-style stall there, though, from Fable.
Yes.
He used his down B to go above the top, and so he wouldn't have to worry about a combo from that.
Very reminiscent of S1 from the Netherlands, who I know uses that a lot in his gameplay. I've also seen Foe start to use it recently as well, now that he's returned to the scene.
Yo, shout outs to Foe. Oh,
okay, one more and it'll do it, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really smart, not staling his back throw, knowing that it wasn't at a percent to kill.
There we go, that's gonna take it.
Great trade, the best possible one. That was like Magikarp for Charizard.
Absolutely, I've definitely said that before. I love that reference, man, it's great. All right, here we go.
Fable evening it up. 8bitman knows he might have let that one slip away after that commanding game one performance.
He's doing the rage dash dance on his controller.
Gotta loosen up those. Gotta loosen up the wrist, man.
I've definitely seen Mars do that first. That he was the first person who, like, in between games, not even out of rage or something, just like you could hear it from like 3 rows back in the crowd.
All right, shout out to Dark SSB hitting us up on Twitter. He says that in his opinion, they are either even or 55-45 in Ness's favor.
Okay, I definitely could agree to that. I feel like Ness slightly wins the matchup.
I think with players of even skill level, based on what we've seen from Fable, it's just that Rob's big body really hurts him in this because Ness's attacks are so strong. As long as they connect, they're going to do a lot of damage and a lot of combo potential. Rob being a giant robot, you know, trying to avoid that is difficult.
Okay, we're going into the third game of the set. Definitely not what I would have expected, honestly. I am very unfamiliar with the Missouri Smash 4 scene, whereas I'm very familiar with the Florida Smash 4 scene. So I would have considered 8bitman the easy favorite to take this one, but Fable right out of the gate, you know.
Yeah, but we're early here in our day 2, and we already have a game 3 and a possible upset scenario. Fable trying to do some work on Battlefield and take down 8bitman's Rob. If he's able to do it, you got to know that Midwest is going to be popping off for their boy.
8bitman capitalizing on Fable's kind of lack of patience and just trying to force his way through with this approach. A lot of neutral airs, gyros, catching dash startup. But Fable, I don't know, he looked very resilient in that second game after he went down so hard on the first stock and actually managed to close it out first.
Oh, and unfortunately was facing the wrong way for those jabs, so no combo potential there. And 8bitman's coming out strong. These platforms really, really helping his gameplay. Very difficult for Ness to try and chase down the robot. If you can't find him, you can't hit his big body. I
like the thinking here from Fable to activate PK Fire on the gyro, kind of reversing the trap set by Rob. Ooh, able to block in time on the platform. Looks like Fable wasn't aware that he had a punish opportunity there. But I like that from Fable this time, blocking long enough after the neutral air because 8bitman's been covering his landings after the nair with jabs.
And we've seen also a little bit more usage of Ness's projectile handling tours. Oh my goodness.
He's dead. Wow. Nice snipe there from 8bitman.
Wow, that was really impressive.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes people are a little hesitant to edgeguard Ness because PK Thunder can kill you if you mess it up. Rob doesn't exactly have to worry about that.
Yeah,
and his gyro launches at the low angle.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to put himself at risk. He can just be like, laser, go, gyro, go. You know, you guys handle it. I'm just gonna hang back here, grab some oil.
And Failwell trying to chase him with that PK Thunderbolt, but 8bitman knows. He knows how to avoid it.
Failwell clearly doesn't know how to do that, because that's the second time he's been hit by gyro to up smash. That didn't quite kill him, but one more of those will.
And well away from back throw kill percent. Kind of ill-advised to sail it out, but I think Failwell's just going to try to get the positioning from that.
In that kind of situation, if I'm Failwell, though, I see Rob stalling with his thing, is you got to try and go for an aggressive option, get Rob off stage, because his fuel will be running low at that point. And if you can maybe get out there, but no, 8bitman says, nope, you had a good show in game 2, buddy, but this is my tournament.
All right, taking that win in stride. He's going to be preparing now for the top 64 of the bracket.
Yes, that's a good win right there. That means that he has a lot less matches to worry about in losers. So, guys, I mean, we had a lot of highlights coming in that one. So let's take another look at some of those great moments in the match. This first one was the basically max range on the oh,
that was gorgeous. It looked like actually a stage spike too. Yes. Or maybe no, the impact is from him hitting the stage with PK Thunder, and then it was a clean
got
spike.
A spike. It was really good. And then here is going to be the air dodge read. Oh my gosh, that's just so good. This one though, this is the most impressive one I think. This is next is going to be that double tech scenario. So we're going to slow this down.
Yeah, just look at this edge play from both players. 8bitman
like
pokes
a tiny
little bit.
Tiny little, and then so
here comes the back air.
So we're going to see back air, and then life-saving tech there. Move it forward a little bit, and then
another one. That time the outer hitbox, or rather the late hitbox.
And actually, he went a little bit lower with his PK Thunder to avoid that second dare chance. And then this final one is going to be that snipe with the top. 3 times.
And another one.
Let's just bring that back real quick here, Max. So it is.
First was a Z drop.
Yep, it is 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
2,
it just looked like a Z drop in the rewind.
And 3.
Yeah.
I mean, how?
8bitman, Beyblade World Champion.
Let it rip. Let it rip, man.
Fidget spinner world champion.
Oh yeah, I suppose Beyblade's outdated.
Yeah.
Have you seen so many smashers? Oh, and then that's the end of that's the final kill.
All right. So
wow, that was like Failwell. Great stuff game 2, man. Like, keep that up, but 8bitman on his own stage just really just ramped it up and is like, you got a long ways to go, man. You got a long ways to go.
All right, so next we're going to have